welcome to the third race of this season of the MRNCS here at Las Vegas.
Drivers, start your engines!
The command has been given, and here is your starting lineup. As we can see, Denny Hamlin has taken the pole, Kevin Harvick second, Devon Williams third, Carl Edwards fourth, Jimmie Johnson fifth, Matt Kenseth sixth. Surprisingly, Brian Scott getting a qualifying position in the top 10, Jeff Gordon 8th, Brad Keselowski 9th, and Kyle Busch 10th. Other surprises, David Ragan qualifying 12th, and Reed Sorensen and Justin Allgaier qualifying near the top half of the field. As you know, if there's slow drivers up front, there are some pretty big names up in the back. Joey Logano qualified 34th, which is an epic failure. And Marcus Ambrose, who led 9 laps at Daytona, qualified 37th for RPM as their team just continues to suck immensely. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Josh Wise, yet again, qualifying in dead last. That might be a repeating thing throughout the entire season. Cars are coming down to the tri-oval. The green flag has been waved, and we are underway here at Las Vegas. Here in the desert here, Denny Hamlin gets a great jump right off the start. We saw some people going 3 wide pretty much right off the bat. And the 92 of Williams, he's going to continue to drive deep. Not going to get it. He just got denied by Denny Hamlin. And Hamlin, who got denied a win last week at Rockingham by a brilliant job by Clint Bowyer. He is hunting for a win this week as Carl Edwards is pitched out on the high side, Keslowski and Brian Scott to take advantage. This is now the second rookie we have in the top 5. Given the 92 is with a privateer team, and Brian Scott, not exactly a great driver, but he's driving for one of the best in the business in the form of Richard Childress. He is up to 4th now as Jimmie Johnson tried to make a move on Williams. That didn't work. Devon with the Evolution Autosports logoing on it, a brand new design for that team. Pretty sure they're happy to get the Gran Turismo 6 logos on that car too. And here he comes down to the inside. He's not going to get him by the line. Denny Hamlin will lead lap number 3 as well. But he's diving as hard as he can into the corner. Hamlin fighting back with everything he's got. Side by side coming off a 2. As we'll see the rest of the field go by. Here comes Hamlin. He is still out there on the high side. He's going to fight for everything he's got. I think Devon's got him now. And sure enough, he does. Alrighty. And now Hamlin's stuck on the outside over Jimmie Johnson. It doesn't look like, however, Johnson's got the momentum to pass Hamlin. Hamlin will stay in this second position. And the 92 slips up the track. Potentially, Denny Hamlin's going to try to take advantage of it. He will. They come to the line. Denny Hamlin's underneath them. And it looks like he's going to make quick work of the 92 car. In fact, Devon might be following all the way back to 3rd here, depending on what Jimmie Johnson does. I don't think he's got the momentum. He does not. Brian Scott doesn't try anything funny. The 11 slips back up. The 92 slips back underneath. He's just going to repass him. And we're going to go to some highlights. Denny Hamlin would retake the lead on lap 9, taking it for at least a little bit, trying to get some stability. However, Jimmie Johnson would surge to the lead a couple of laps later. Moving on now, lap 16, Denny Hamlin would retake the lead, as it looks like he's the car to beat today. And then lap 19, Brad Keselowski moves to the point, as now, lap 21, Kenseth is seen surging through the field, taking third away from Denny Hamlin, and then a couple of laps later, taking second away from Jimmie Johnson. Moving on lap 25, Kyle Busch would pass Devon Williams, making all three Joe Gibbs cars are in the top 5. And Kenseth on lap 28 would take the lead from Brad Keselowski, bringing him to the lead. And then Martin Truex Jr., who started midfield, comes out of absolutely nowhere to come into the top 5. And then lap 39, green flag pit stops begin, and this is where the race starts to unravel. On lap 41, Joey Logano and Jeff Gordon would get together, merging from pit road, bringing out the first caution of the race. The bad news to this is that Kyle Larson stayed out longer than everybody else and was in pit road when the yellow came out, thus trapping the entire field behind him and basically securing Kyle Larson a victory. Unless another caution comes out, there's just no way that Kyle Larson will be losing this race. So he could also get wrecked, but then again, that's a caution coming out. Let's just pray for mechanical troubles. Well, it turns an interesting race immediately into a boring race. And now here's another thing that's messed up with Earnhardt 2003. Greg Biffle is not one lap down. He is scored in the third position. Again, not my game. So it's going to go Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch, Devon Williams, Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. after that, as the whole field seems to just spread out there, and immediately we're going too wide coming off of that start. And the battle for second starts right off the bat. Greg Biffle gets a huge jump, and he is going to take the second position away from Matt Kenseth. Denny Hamlin looking to take fourth away from a hard-charging Martin Truex Jr., who has done a fantastic job the entire day. Denny Hamlin wasting no time. He immediately goes into third, potentially looking for a second place. Kyle Larson, he's the man right now. He's got this thing locked away. I mean, unless somebody wrecks him, I don't see it happening. And so, if Denny Hamlin runs away with second, Hamlin is, and there we go. Hamlin's got second. He is going to have a second straight second place finish, which 2 straight second place finishes with how inconsistent this field's done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hamlin's going to have the points lead. And Martin Truex Jr., who also hasn't done half bad throughout the last couple of races as well, he should be second in points, though a decent amount behind Hamlin. And now we're just playing a game of how many cars can Kyle Larson put one lap down. Remember, you lose points in this championship if you don't finish on the lead lap. And that means if you wreck, you have a mechanical failure, you lose 4 points. You get put one lap down behind the leader, you lose 4 points. It basically nullifies a bonus if you let a lap. Anyways, we're coming on to lap 50 here. That pretty much sapped all of the excitement out of this race. Denny Hamlin in second, Martin Truex Jr. looking for third, but he's currently in fourth. Run through the field, Kevin Harvick, where did he come from? Kevin Harvick was the points leader going into this race, though I'm pretty sure that's going to change. Now we're just going to fast forward now to 4 laps to go in the race, simply because, well, nothing happened other than Greg Biffle falling way back. Oh, that ticker is wrong. That ticker is that's fail. No. Oh, wait here. Here it comes through. That looks a lot better. So we have Kyle Larson in the lead, Denny Hamlin in second, Martin Truex Jr. in third, Kyle Busch, another driver who was just up front all day long the past 2 races. He's going to come away with a 4th place finish. And Brad Keselowski, another very hard fighter. Every single one of these drivers absolutely deserving, except for Kyle Larson. He doesn't deserve anything from this race. 2 laps to go now, as we can see Denny Hamlin now coming off the corners. You can see the 22-second lead that Kyle Larson has over Denny Hamlin, which is depressing to say the least. Denny Hamlin's going to take the 2 to go this time around, but with how far progressed Kyle Larson is, he's going to be taking the white flag this time around. And there we go, the white flag is out. Denny Hamlin coming off of 2 here, he is gone. Martin Truex Jr. just trying to hold off the drivers behind him. And Kevin Harvick going down pit road. What's this? Trouble for the points leader. That will definitely put Denny Hamlin into the points lead now. Now there's no question about it. Kyle Larson will come off of 4, and he will win here at Las Vegas. And there goes all the lap down cars. Now we wait. Here comes Denny Hamlin. He's going to come off of 4, come across the line, and he finishes in second. Martin Truex in third. Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch swapping positions on the last lap. They finished 4th and 5th, respectively. Or rather, Jimmie Johnson finishes 5th, and Kyle Busch falls all the way back to 6th. So Kyle Busch, once again, in the closing laps of the race, completely fails. And that's the end of our broadcast.